Live from Johannesburg, this is E-News Primetime. Good evening. Police are still trying to piece together the final moments of 7-year-old Sheldine Himan's life. The search for the little girl ended in heartache when they discovered her body floating in a stream in Pretoria last night. She had been missing for 15 days. Police say the prime suspect confessed while being questioned by top police investigator Piet Bielefeld.
This is where the 15-day search for Sheldine Himan came to an end. Police discovered her body floating in this stream. The prime suspect, Andrew Jordan, led police to the scene. Earlier, detectives had found newspaper clippings related to the murder of Sandton student Lee Matthews in his house. They then called on the man who cracked that case for help. Police say Jordan confessed to the crime when top cop Piet Bielefeld questioned him. Sheldine's mother broke down upon hearing the news of their gruesome discovery.
She's my whole life, and there's a piece of me gone now. I don't know who's going to fill that piece, but there's a piece gone.
Family and friends have been gathering at the Himans' home to support them. And at her school, tributes to Sheldine are pouring in. Police say Jordan will be held at an undisclosed location for his own safety. It's a day after Sheldine's body was found here, and slowly the horror of what actually happened to the 7-year-old girl is being unraveled. Police are conducting forensic tests on her body to determine how she was killed. Belinda Moses, E-News, Pretoria.
The Western Cape man suspected of kidnapping a teenage girl and a toddler has appeared in court. Johannes Mowers has been on the run for 3 years after escaping from custody. He was found hiding outside Hermanus in a hole in the ground that he used as a hideout. With him were the 2 girls he is believed to have kidnapped. It is feared the teenager was kept as a sex slave.
Shackled and hidden from view, 31-year-old Johannes Mowers arrives at court to face a rape charge dating back to 2003. Then already convicted for housebreaking and theft, Mowers managed to escape, but not on this occasion.
It's been 3 years since Mowers escaped from this very courtroom. This time, police were taking no chances. A wall of policemen surrounded him in the dock as the charges were read out.
Mowers is also at the center of another criminal drama involving a teenage girl and a toddler. When he was arrested this week in Hermanus, he was found living in a hole in the ground with 2 girls, aged 4 and 14. Police say the teenager was kidnapped 15 months ago and they fear Mowers may have kept her as a sex slave. We cannot reveal her identity, but can report that she's been reunited with her family and is undergoing counseling. The 4-year-old is also staying with them, having formed such a strong bond with the teenager during their apparent ordeal in the hole. Mowers claims the 4-year-old is his daughter, but police want to know if she too was a kidnap victim and if somewhere in South Africa her parents are still looking for her. As detectives try to unravel this complex case, Mowers will be kept behind bars until his next court appearance. Rose Ramsey, E-News, Caledon.
Fidentia boss Arthur Brown has temporarily swapped his life of luxury for a prison cell. Brown was arrested early this morning at his upmarket Cape Town home. He appeared in court hours later alongside Fidentia Group accountant Graham Maddock.
The Fidentia bosses were arrested at their Cape Town mansions shortly after 8 a.m.
Joseph Arthur, Walter Brown and Graham Allen Maddock face a string of charges, including fraud, theft and income tax fraud, totaling more than 200 million rand. But auditors believe this is just the tip of the iceberg. They say the total amount missing from Fidentia is closer to 10 times that.
The charges relate only to money auditors say is missing from the Transport Education and Training Authority. The Scorpions are still investigating similar claims relating to 1.9 billion rand missing from the Living Hands Trust, a fund set up to benefit mine workers' orphans. They have hinted that more charges and arrests will follow. In a recent interview, though, Arthur Brown maintained his innocence.
Well, there is no money missing.
It was a slightly less confident Brown who appeared in the Cape Town Magistrates Court along with his co-accused. They failed to get immediate bail, prompting a scramble by friends and family to tack a few necessities to make their time in prison a bit more comfortable. Still, the visibly anxious duo was overheard asking prison authorities who they'd be sharing their cells with. They'll only be allowed to apply for bail on the 15th of March. Robin Smith, E-News, Cape Town.
Mystery surrounds the apparent burglary at the home of murder suspect Glenn Aliotti. He's been charged with masterminding the murder of businessman Brett Kebbel in 2005. Aliotti is currently under house arrest at his home in Johannesburg. Police and the Scorpions won't say if Aliotti was being guarded at the time of the break-in.
Glenn Aliotti has been under house arrest in his Bryanston home since last year. This high-profile suspect is also charged with heading up a drug smuggling syndicate. But it seems this did not stop robbers from gaining access to his apparently secure premises. They allegedly tied up Aliotti and his family before making off with electronic appliances, jewelry and his car. The vehicle was found abandoned by the police in Alexandra Township. But was Aliotti not under police guard? The Scorpions will not confirm whether or not they had men on the ground watching and protecting him. They will only say that he was being monitored, but are refusing to say what this actually means.
I cannot disclose what we've done, but what I can say is that we had things in place and that the things we've put in place before the burglary will assist us in bringing these people to book. It's very difficult and we would not want to disclose what measures we've taken and what we've done since the burglary.
The Scorpions say they're working with police and are confident of making arrests soon. Dumalo Muhlaudi, E-News, Johannesburg.
And now for a look at the markets. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Prisons has rejected a report on the escape of Ananias Mate. The career criminal escaped from CMAX prison, supposedly the nation's most secure facility. Last month, Minister Ngonde Belfour appeared before the Portfolio Committee to explain just how Mate escaped. But MPs have found his report was full of holes.
The report advanced two possibilities: that Ananias Mate escaped because of negligence on the part of warders, or that warders had helped him get out. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Correctional Services thinks the second is the most likely explanation. Some members have even suggested there's been a cover-up.
The committee then discussed this matter and find that there's a lot of unanswered questions, and therefore the committee felt that they must and will reject this report.
The committee plans to recommend to Parliament that an independent investigation be conducted, led by a retired judge. MPs have also called for criminal charges to be laid against all the officials who were on duty on the day of the escape, including the prison head.